What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are doing well. Happy Thursday. Gonna give it a few minutes, wait for Cameron to get logged on here for our crypto night. Should take a few minutes and then we'll get ready to move.
Hey, can you hear me?
Cameron, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
You like that mask?
That mask was awesome. John Michael, what's up, man? Kale, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Hope you guys are doing well. Gonna give it a few minutes. Darla, hello, good to see you. What's everyone drinking tonight? I have a Coors Light seltzer. I'm rehydrating, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
We got 2 AMAs this week. John Michael, we're going to probably do 3 next week. Going to keep the thing rolling. But we'll see how these go. Cameron, what are you drinking?
I am drinking on some Truly lemonade in the cup on ice because
Nice.
It is 84 degrees here and my office is right above my crypto mine.
Perfect.
So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's super warm right now.
Nice. Steve, what's up, man? Shane, good to see you. Randy, good evening from Texas. Gonna give it a few minutes, have a few people. Well, we'll probably give it till 7:05, then we'll get cranking. Make sure everything is up and going. Justin, what's up, bro? That Justin, that truck video you sent me was crazy. What was that you in the truck, or is that something you want to do? That was pretty wild either way. Drink free tonight. No worries. Hey, man, John Michael, sometimes you got to recover. I hear you. Let me pop up in my YouTube real quick, make sure we're streaming well on all our platforms. Steve, what are you drinking tonight, bro? I have a nice Coors seltzer. Hugh, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Trying to get everything going here. Make sure we're streaming. Perfect. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. Having some people log in. We got a new logo. I don't know if you guys saw that on the last 2 AMA posts. But Derek, what's going on, man? Good to see you. But I'll throw that new logo. I'm too broken to be a race car. I hear you. Soon. Local called Jarhead Red. Oh, nice. Is that a red ale, Steve? That sounds great. Gonna give it a few more minutes. I'm sitting on my patio tonight. It's kind of hot, so I don't know why I'm doing that. But I got a house full of kids, so they're being crazy tonight. So I sat on the patio, was gonna do a cigar, and then it's too hot, so I can't sit out here and do a cigar at the same time. But cool. Okay, guys. So tonight we are having a crypto night. Derek, what's up, bro? Were you not training? Derek, you're not training tonight, brother? Where you at? Derek S., what's up, man? Great Lakes. Oh, nice. Right on. Daniel, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody. Happy Thirsty Stonks
So thirsty.
Thursday. Waiting to do a podcast. Oh, badass. Derek, are you doing a JITS podcast tonight? Shoot me the text of that so I can listen to it. Is it live? Rob, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I'll give it like 2 more minutes and then we'll get rolling. Oh, Justin, take a picture of that. We got to post that on social tonight. That'd be badass. Brian, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Stonks Crypto Night coming at you every Thursday if Cameron wants to.
I don't know about every Thursday, but we'll see what we can do.
See what we can do. Stonks Crypto Night coming at you 3 times a week.
I don't know if I can beat you up, but I sure will try if you keep going like that.
Nice. All right, guys, let's get started. It's almost 5 past the hour. Want to do a little housekeeping real quick, but there's 2 of us tonight. For most of you guys know, I'm Anthony, obviously. The other guy on the stream tonight, his name's Cameron. He's the resident crypto expert, but also a security, cybersecurity fiend as well. And he's been very gracious with his time to walk through some crypto stuff with us tonight. He has a little, about 15-minute presentation. Then we're going to open up for question and answers for about 20 minutes after that, and then we will picture of our big screen AMA live on Insta. Yes, that's awesome. Nice. So I'm going to let Cameron take off here in a sec, but a couple of housekeeping things real quick. Really, the major one is the Stonks Ambassador Program. Guys, you all are crushing it. We're almost at 60 people so far in like 3 days on the Ambassador Program. The platform for you guys to manage everything is almost done. I was trying to get it done today, but unfortunately, it probably won't get done until tomorrow. But I will, when Cameron's talking, I will throw up a link in the chat for you to see all the names on the Ambassador Program, so that you can make sure that you're on it. Because I know a few of you guys have asked, are you on the program or not? So I'll throw that up in the chat when Cameron's talking. But yeah, that was the only housekeeping I got. We can wrap it up with a little bit more of that at the end. But Cam, take it away, brother.
Yeah, sounds good. So as Anthony mentioned, backgrounds in security. I currently work for a company called Splunk as my day job. If anybody wants to try and figure out who I am, I'm not exactly making it hard. I'm not hiding, right? So feel free to dig. But day job is a senior solutions engineer for Splunk. Splunk, while they have a funny name and everything, they're actually doing some really cool stuff around big data analytics. And they're really, I think, going to be pivotal in pretty much everything that we do in the world of trading, crypto, everything. Because the more you look at security, and I've been doing security a really long time at this point, security is a data problem, right? A lot of people don't realize that money is also a data problem. Right. So if I hit you guys with this stat right here, that 92% of all money today is just data that's moved around, like that's some real facts for you guys. Right. And that's part of why that's what I do for a living. Right. So I see a lot of value in that and big data, especially when it comes to helping the little guy, which is exactly why I'm here. Right. I firmly believe in the Stonks message. I originally signed up on Robinhood to help, quote unquote, stick it to the big guys and all of that. And then I also was hurt, when Citadel, did the whole halting of trading the first go around when, Vlad was nicknamed Vlad the Stock Impaler. Right. So after that, Frank and Anthony approached me, told me about Stonks, and I was just instantly in. I mean, you guys, if anybody knows Frank, he'll tell you that it was a 2-minute conversation, and I was literally going to the bank to get money, right, to invest in this.
Cameron, real quick, Frank is for that guys that don't know, Frank is our lead investor on WeFunder, so he's our lead investor. That's who Cameron's talking about right now.
Yep. So Frank is also a big security guy. He wanted to make sure that security was done right. He also knew crypto was going to be a big part of this. And that's kind of how I got involved with all of this. So beyond the security side, I've been following Bitcoin since about 2013. And I've been actively trading it and, mining it for, since 2017 is really when I kind of first, spent money, dedicated hardware, GPUs to mining Ethereum, right? Which I am still mining and, buying Bitcoin. But I got into it for fundamental reasons. And that's part of what I wanted to present on today is, the difference in fundamental versus technical analysis. Because I do want the little guys to win. And I've had to learn a lot of this stuff the hard way. I've had some very expensive and painful lessons. So I want you guys to just walk away with what are some basic things that I can look for to help maybe keep me away from the bad investments and steer me more towards the good investments, right? So the two different types of analysis, and Frank and Anthony will tell you, I've sent them pictures like beyond my day job. Like I also day trade on the side, pretty much every day, right? In fact, I put some calls out on just our local, Stonks trading chats yesterday and called kind of where it's going to end up and when, and we're pretty much right on track with that call right now.
Cam, let's pause right there. Guys, if you want to get on some of those calls that Cameron is making he does it often, but on a weekly basis, just throw up a hands up or a rocket ship or something in the chat, and we'll make sure that you guys can start getting on those calls.
Yep. So anyway, long story short, when Bitcoin was down in the dumps yesterday, about 4 o'clock, I think 4:30 is when I posted that first message, and said, "Hey, look, we're going up to between 36 and 38K, right?" And so I was able to call that based on technical analysis, right? So the point is that you want to use fundamental analysis to figure out where you should be trading, where you should be putting money first, and then use technical analysis to kind of pick your entries and your exits. So all of that being said, I wanted to talk a little bit about the crypto space and specifically some of the meme coins. All right. Yeah, we all love Dodge, woo, Elon, memes, all that fun stuff, right? But the fundamentals of some of that stuff really doesn't make sense. And I wanted to kind of cover a few of those projects and why they don't make sense, right? Some of them are good. Like, again, Dogecoin is one that would be, it's good because people are excited about it right now. From the fundamentals, Dogecoin really doesn't make sense because it's total supply. If I pull up Dogecoin right here, and I'm just using Coin Market Cap, if you guys go to Coin Market Cap and click on Dogecoin, they've got tons of really helpful information there, like the circulating supply and total supply of Dogecoin. Right now, there's only about 130.17 billion Doge in circulation, and that's its total supply. But if you look right above that on Coin Market Cap, there's no max supply of Doge, which means that over time it's just going to keep printing, kind of like what the US dollar is doing. I think we're all in crypto partially to get away from the dollar and that, tomfoolery, we'll call it, to be polite. Like, let's just be honest here. So fundamentally, I mean, yeah, I know we're not experiencing hyperinflation, but everybody looks around and nobody can deny that their groceries cost more than they did a year ago.
Right.
So all this money printing has effectively devalued everybody else's dollar a little bit, right? Every time they do that. And that's kind of what I was getting at with Doge here, is that if there's 130, billion of this token out there, for it to reach $1, I mean, you would need what, $130 billion just into Doge.
Right.
The crypto space as a whole right now is 1.5 trillion, 1.4 trillion, I think, today.
So you need like 9% into Doge.
Yeah, and that's not realistic with all of the other legitimate projects in the crypto ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. So now, like, you take a look at something else like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, everybody gets hyped about Bitcoin because Bitcoin has a capped supply, 21 million, right? They've created a finite supply. So obviously, as the demand grows, the price is going to grow.
Yeah.
The other way to think about this, right, is that for every dollar that goes into Bitcoin, it's going to get divided a total of 21 million ways when the Bitcoin network is fully mined. Right now, every dollar that goes in gets divided 18 million and a half ways, roughly, right? 18.7 million ways, sorry. So if you think about that, like that makes sense on why, why Bitcoin's going to make sense over time and retain value over time, because it can only be divided by a maximum of 21 million. So now we go down to Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't have a supply cap, but it has limitations on how the tokens are emitted, or the emission system of the tokens. And the new EIP 1559 is going to burn a lot of that supply. So it'll have a fluctuating supply, but the devs have flat out said that their target is 120 million tokens. Well, okay, if we know that it's going to hover right around there, but be semi-elastic, well, okay, we can kind of use that 120 million mark, right, as the center post, if you will. And we might have some swing high, swing low stuff off of that. But this is why I do the fundamental analysis before I invest in a coin, because I want to know how much is really the likelihood that this is going to go up, and what is it going to take for it to go up a meaningful amount.
Yeah.
Right. So now, that all being said, I have about $500 in Dogecoin, because every month or two, let's face it, it pops. So I treat that kind of like a semi-lottery ticket, right? It's fun. I'll give it that, right?
And would you say it's fun because of the influence that like Elon has on it, and kind of like the meme-esque nature?
Yeah, I mean,
or
it is. Now, to put that into perspective, I'll tell you, and this is not a popular opinion right now, but Shiba Inu, actually has more use case and utility than Doge does, even though it's got, I think it's a 1 quadrillion supply or something stupid.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. So don't ever expect Shiba Inu to hit $1, guys. Honestly, it goes up 20%. You need to be asking yourself, why am I leaving 20% on the table? And that goes for any asset class or investment, right? Like at 20%, you really need to be looking at taking some profits. Maybe not all of them, but you should take something off the table at that point.
And would you say rotate into something else that has the equal opportunity to pop, or
you could rotate? It depends on the account.
Yeah.
And this is one of the ways that I coach other traders is, you want to have two accounts when you're trading. You want to have your scalping account, and then you want to have a swing trade account.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So, or even a hodl account if you want to
Yep.
use, the crypto world.
Yep.
So I have some coin that I hold and I won't trade. Right. I only trade, honestly, like with about 20% of my crypto portfolio, because I don't want to lose it all due to a hack, due to any number of other instances, due to a bad trade. Right. So that's one of the ways that I manage my risk as a trader.
Okay.
Right. But that all being said, like when I do a trade, my target is it better be 1% of my trade account is what I try to do each trade. Right. That way, if I lose it and I have a 2% stop loss, if I do the math on that, it's really simple. It means I have to do 2 good trades to make up for that one bad trade.
Yeah.
With a 2% stop loss.
Yeah.
And that's why stop losses are important.
For sure. Do you have a stop loss on everything?
Generally, yes. There are some instances where I will not stop loss, but generally that's because I'm sitting there and I'm actively watching the trade. So,
Okay.
like if I'm scalping on the 1 minute, right, or something like that, and I'm sitting there in an hour trade session trying to turn $100 into 1,000 again.
Yeah.
Then yeah, like I might run without a stop loss because I might only be in a trade at 20x leverage or something stupid, right, for a minute.
Okay.
But my eyes are not coming off that screen. Now, if I'm casually trading or doing more swing trades, multi intraday trades, weekly time frame, monthly time frame stuff, absolutely there's a stop loss.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Cam, real quick, we got Brian, Dr. B asks, with all that said about Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin's practical value, or what is Bitcoin's practicality? How would you respond to that?
So I think there's going to be a time very soon, and this is going to totally, like, full disclosure, guys, this is going to sound like a Bitcoin maximalist for a second, but there's going to be a time, I think, in all of our lifetimes, like in the next 10 years, when people are asking, do I really want to keep dollars or localized fiat currency, or would I rather have Bitcoin that's accepted worldwide?
Right. And you can probably see that too with NBA teams adopting Bitcoin for payment for their employees.
NFL, yep.
NFL, Miami trying to roll out Bitcoin as a infrastructure to the city.
Ohio allows you to pay city taxes, I believe it is.
Yeah, I saw a video about that.
Yep.
And so it's that crossover to the real world essentially is where the value comes in. Would you say?
So not only that, but some of the things we've talked about with the frustrations of banking today, Bitcoin directly solves. Like, it shouldn't take me 3 days to send money to a friend or family member. It shouldn't cost me 1% to do that remittance.
Yep.
Right? Bitcoin defeats all of that. And personally, like, Bitcoin ultimately allows you to cut out the middleman when you don't need the middleman. So now you don't have big bankers, big business forcing their way into every transaction.
Right.
I mean, personally, I prefer to transact with crypto over cash. I've at times, I mean, when you came out for lunch, I mean, I was saying cash is trash.
Yep. And I feel like most people on this call and in our Stonks community probably, I would say 80% agree with that. And so, yeah.
So real quick, just to directly answer Brian's question, Brian, I don't know what the actual practical value of Bitcoin is today, but I do believe that the more that governments try to meddle and the more that individuals try to corrupt things and steal, the more valuable Bitcoin is going to become.
100%. 100%. Yeah, that's a great answer. Brian, did that answer your question? If not, post again below. Okay, so Cameron, there's quite a bit of misnomers around Dogecoin. And whether it's marketing or just people talking, but about its low transaction fees and either hype about less like inflation against the dollar. So can it actually be used as a currency unlike other crypto, or is that a misnomer?
It is a misnomer.
Yeah.
First off, your transactions per second, that's something that a lot of banks like to judge cryptos by. But I actually think that that's a very poor metric to use when you look at what crypto actually is. And I prefer to think of things in terms of value per transaction instead of transactions per second.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, with a blockchain, a decentralized network, in one block, there might be hundreds of transactions. Right. And those transactions will range in value from 0.01 Bitcoin all the way up to 10 Bitcoin potentially. Now, the low transaction fee thing is good, right? But there are lots of other coins like Polygon, the Matic, formerly Matic network is also, working on that. Ethereum devs are working right now. EIP 1559 that's on the testnet is meant to help reduce fees. Tezos fees are very low. The real thing that I don't like about Dogecoin is that its creator admits it's a meme coin. It was made in about 15 to 30 minutes. And the main differences, if you look at the core code, are that it's pretty much a carbon copy of Bitcoin minus the 21 million supply cap, and it's massively increased the emission rate on block rewards. Right. Yeah. So realistically, I look at Dogecoin and I view it as an experiment in what's called tokenomics.
Okay. So
if you ask me today, it's not really a valid project in terms of something that's bringing value to people and the underserved in the world.
So I think that brings up a good point, and Scott actually mentioned this down below, and so I kind of want to frame it in the sense of, yes, Dogecoin has low transaction or low fees, essentially, very fast velocity, which compared to Bitcoin, transaction fees are relatively high and can be slow at times. So should, within tokenomics or whatnot, or another token that may come out, should they focus on what Dogecoin did with their essentially speed and low transaction, but then
they already have.
But then cap, yeah. So which what coins would you or tokens would you say are meeting those needs?
Again, yeah,
if you
Matic,
had,
Litecoin, I mean, take your pick. Anybody who's really marketed low transaction fees.
yeah,
I would say though, like, here's the way I would really want to answer that question if I was sitting here talking to Scott. I would say, let's talk instead of, just the transaction speed or the cost of the fee,
yeah,
right? Let's look at what you're actually getting. Right. So like Dogecoin right now, yeah, it can be a low cost transaction fee, but how secure is the Dogecoin network compared to Bitcoin?
right.
Right. So that transaction fee that you pay, at least with Bitcoin and proof of work, you really do get what you pay for.
Which
Right. Now here's the other thing is just like in the real world, we have what's called layer 2 solutions that sit on top of traditional blockchains. Think about projects like Link or Band, in the DeFi space.
yeah,
Those are meant to be cross-chain oracles, do cross-chain transaction clearing, right? And that cross-chain interaction is designed specifically to address speed and scale.
interesting.
So we look at ETH 2.0, for example, and it's going to have, the Casper code built in and sharding capabilities where entire blockchains will just be spun off into their own shard effectively as a layer 2 on top of ETH,
Yep.
right? But still running on the ETH backbone, just not clogging up the network.
Interesting. Okay.
So I really think that sharding is a better way to solve for that because it allows people to index data cross chain and then do some really interesting things. So like one of the projects that's super like low cap right now, it's not on many exchanges, but I've honestly been with them over a year at this point, is a project called Blur. Okay. And they're a privacy coin, but they're better than Monero because Monero has been cracked. If you look at Monero, badcaca.net, or just Google Monero badcaca, it's
Yeah.
a list of people who have used illicit, Monero for illicit transactions. And they actually categorize and show you like, hey, this transaction, here's the type of porn they were buying. So you
Okay.
tell me, how secure is Monero?
Right.
Right? It's cracked. And even more, when you look at the underlying technicals of it, it uses a system called DNS, or domain name service, which can be attacked a number of different ways. Blur doesn't use that, but what Blur's doing is they're taking that cross-chain approach and allowing people to effectively say, I want extra encryption or I want privacy on this transaction, even though it's coming from another non-privacy focused chain.
Okay.
So now it's like being able to put a wrapper around it, if you will, when you need that extra security.
Interesting. Okay.
So like that's the kind of stuff that cross-chain clearing enables the world to do. And that building on top of each other, that building blocks approach is really what's going to be needed to advance this ecosystem.
Okay. Okay. That's a lot of good information for sure. We should put that into a little like infograph or something. I feel like
Sure.
too. Yeah, that'd be pretty rad.
Pi Network is basically a pyramid scam, Randy.
Oh, we're not getting there yet. Hold on. I don't want to spend my Bitcoin because it is deflationary and will continue to rise in value over time. I'd rather spend my Doge. What do you think about that?
Good idea. Get rid of the Doge. Keep the Bitcoin.
Nice. You look at Bitcoin as a long-term hold?
Yep, I hold Bitcoin today.
Okay.
Yep. So my portfolio, I'm not going to give numbers, right? But I will give ratios. So I am holding right now about 40. What is it? I'm a little alt heavy, I'll admit. I should be 45% Bitcoin, 45% Ethereum, 10% alts. Okay. I'm actually about 40% Bitcoin, 40% Ethereum, and I'm about 20% in alts.
Okay.
Right, because I'm playing on a kind of a wide range of alts right now.
Yep.
Right, and just kind of stacking some bags on a few things.
Okay.
Right, like Thorchain, Tezos, just Polygon. I hold some Polygon right now, some Algo, some XTZ.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Hey guys, real quick. So I posted in the chat that if you're not on this list, then then you're not on the Stonks ambassador thing. And now all of you are asking for access. Let me reset the link so all of you don't ask for access. So give me a sec. Okay, so Steve asked real quick, and Cam, while you're answering this, I will give everybody like global access. But are blockchain stocks or blockchain coins or tokens probably worth holding for the long term? Which ones and which ones should you avoid? I think that
Sure.
that's what Steve would like to know also.
Yep. So I have to kind of unpack this question a little bit. When we talk about blockchain stocks, if we're talking about holding a blockchain's token, yeah, I mean, absolutely, there are a large number that are worth holding. Doge is not one of them. Sorry, guys. But like I hold Ethereum that I don't trade. I hold Bitcoin that I don't trade. Now, I also hold Tezos and Algo that I don't trade, right? I hold Matic, Polygon that I don't trade, right? Because I know over time they're going to have a lot of really good growth, right? So I'm fine holding those because again, like I have my investment account side, but then I have my trading account side, and I really work hard to keep those two worlds separate.
Okay.
So, but in terms of stocks and companies, now, if there are companies who are heavily leveraging blockchain, absolutely, they're great, stocks to hold if their use case is valid beyond just simple remittance payment.
Okay.
So, like Ripple, the company behind XRP, if you had the opportunity to like buy some of their stock or something and they were to go public, right? I don't necessarily know if I would hold that one. Because when you have a centralized blockchain, which is what XRP is, how is that fundamentally any different from an Excel spreadsheet?
Right.
Like if it's not a public blockchain, what's the point? The whole point of blockchain is to remove the middleman, and companies who have centralized blockchains either don't get it or they're hoping even worse that we don't get it and they're trying to capitalize on the name and the hype, which I kind of view that as dishonest.
Yep. 100%. So
I hold some Coinbase, right?
Yep.
MicroStrategy, right? Michael Saylor. I don't necessarily think I agree with Michael Saylor that much. I do think though that Bitcoin is so powerful that the amount he holds will prevent him from going broke. Just like he will succeed despite himself. You know what I mean? And it's because he holds Bitcoin. Let's face it, every 4 years there's the halving cycle, right? Every 210,000 blocks. So that means every 4 years your Bitcoin becomes more valuable, right? And like that's why I think that these countries that are adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, they're really going to like start putting pressure on other countries on the global stage because I mean, think about it this way: you're almost guaranteeing yourself a raise every 4 years. Like, why the hell wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah. So short answer, Cam.
Do your due diligence.
Yeah,
that's my short answer.
Yep.
If the use case is sound and real, go for it, right? But again, go in with a stop loss, go in with an exit target.
Yeah, that's great advice. And maybe some in the near future we could maybe do an ask Cam or ask an expert type thing with Stonks where we can help kind of guide in the right. We don't want to give advice, but we can help guide into things.
I have a set of rules that I give new traders to follow, and they're not set in stone rules, but they're consider them guidelines, right? If you follow these guidelines, you're going to make money. And so I'd be happy to do another session like this, and we can run through them. There's about 23 of those rules.
And maybe let's put that into like maybe a course or something, and then we can give it free to our ambassador members as well or something, which I think would be rad. Okay, let's jump on Randy's question real quick because Pi is a pyramid to me, but yeah. Is there any value outside of the pyramid to Pi?
So here's one of those fundamental things that when I see this, it tells me to run the other way.
Yep.
They fake mining on your cell phone. Okay.
Right.
So like if they're faking mining, what else are they faking? Like the whole point of mining is to provide network security. So
Right.
that tells me that they're faking it to play the marketing hype.
Yep.
I mean, you look into it, and it's a total multi-level marketing scam. It's like the old Amway or
Yep.
or Quickstar or any of
Yeah.
those.
Quick
Yeah,
start.
like who doesn't remember that crap? Buy
Yeah.
your own branded stuff and
Yeah.
get other people to sell your branded stuff, and you'll make more money. Well, no shit.
Yeah. Right. Right. Um, so probably no intrinsic value to Pi. I would think.
Honestly, like if you can get in and stack some satoshis and convert that to Ethereum or
Yeah.
Bitcoin, do that weekly, and
Yeah.
then that way you won't lose more than a week's worth of Pi income.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
I would not hold Pi. Now that being said, as a trader, if there's volatility there,
We're trading it.
get it, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's make
Short
that
it,
money.
long. Let's go. Yep.
Yep.
Um, let's see. Someone asks, I take it you're not a fan of Doji. It's context, right? Like it's not that you're not a fan of Doji. It has volatility. So as a trader, we like to trade Doji, but as a long-term crypto hold for utility, it's probably not the best.
No, like I'm never gonna hold like $5,000 worth of Dogecoin
Yeah.
in my portfolio. I'll
Yeah.
trade a grand, 2 grand here and there. Screw it,
Yeah.
like whatever, right? But I'm not going to. I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna retire off of this. Like, it's not like my Ethereum or my Bitcoin, which is like, hey, this is going to significantly move the financial needle in my life.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're going to come back to Christina's question in a second, but a lot of people have been asking about SafeMoon. So let's jump on SafeMoon for a sec. Corey, I know Corey personally has a lot of SafeMoon. What are your thoughts on SafeMoon, Cam? Both from a utility, like is there utility to it, but also from a trading aspect around the hype.
So SafeMoon falls into that same category as Shiba Inu for me, which I put it like a step above Dogecoin, right? Because so here's the thing: is that the whole reason Bitcoin exists is to get government control out of your money, decentralized payment system, right? So one of the parts of that are decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, they're sometimes called, right?
Yep.
SafeMoon, I believe, is going to be pretty heavy in the DEX scene. And I think, honestly, extra regulation is going to make DEXs more valuable long term. So I think Shiba is long term better than Doge. I think SafeMoon is probably better than Doge. But based on some of the tokenomics that I've read about SafeMoon, I think it has 14 quadrillion circulating supply. Let me look that up really quick, just so I'm not giving out wrong info. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry, 1 trillion or 1 quadrillion or something. What is that? That's a lot of zeros. Jesus. 1, 2, 3. That's 15 zeros. Yeah, one with 15 zeros behind it. Okay. My point with that being, if SafeMoon hits a penny, like that's gonna be, a lot. And yes, you're correct. There is, Corey, 580 trillion circulating. So as it burns down, if the burn is done properly, it will obviously increase in value because it has a decreasing supply. That's economics 101.
Yep. Supply and demand.
Yep.
Yep.
Same thing with SHIB. The one thing, SHIB is going to have the Shiba swap and the leash gas token, right?
Yeah.
I like it for the same reason. I hold some SHIB. I hold a little bit of SafeMoon. But like, guys, when we talk about how much I'm holding, it's like $500, $1,000 worth, which for me is tiny, right? Like the average person, like, please don't hold a lot of this in case it does get rug pulled. Like, I really don't want to see people get hurt on these.
Yeah.
Treat it almost like a lottery ticket. And I know that maybe isn't fair to the project for the reasons that we just called out. Over time, that would probably play out better for you. But who's to say that somebody doesn't make SafeMoon 2.0 that's 10 times better in a month?
With limited supply.
Better tokenomics, better burn ratios, liquidity farming, all of it, right? Like, I mean, what if they were to partner all of a sudden with like a Visa or a MasterCard with
Yep.
the liquidity provision and use it so that the interest you earn on liquidity providing automatically pays down your balance on your card? Like,
Yep.
how mind-blowing would that be? A card that pays itself off over time,
Yep. Yep.
right? And
Huge.
like, dude, so like that's the thing is we're one good coder away from having full disruption at any point in this space. And that's why I want to caution people so much. It's not that I think people are being dumb or anything like that. I'm not going to insult the average guy because the average guy is actually pretty smart,
Yep.
right?
100%.
What I am going to do though is say, hey, based on these fundamental reasons, I don't think this makes sense, but how do you feel about that?
Yep. Yep.
Right. And honestly, I think that it's good for traders to get into groups and check each other's ideas off of themselves once in a while. You know, confirmation bias is a real thing.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Okay, let's move on. Kale, what'd you say, bro? Hold on. Kale's jabbing at me real quick. Anthony's streaming from his Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm on my patio, guys. I didn't have my fancy camera tonight. Also, I saw a Game Boy Color at an antique store the other day, which is kind of freaking weird. But sure, Kale, whatever, bro. Got your back, man. Is Ask Coin a thing? Brian asked.
So Askcoin is a real coin. It's not anything that I would put money in.
Okay.
Right.
It's
Honestly, like it doesn't take much to spin up a coin these days on something like Binance Smart Chain or even just an ERC20 token for Ethereum, right? Um, I'm not gonna lie, like there are people out there who have made HODL coin to try and scam people,
right.
right? Like there's so here's the thing, like crypto, the whole crypto space attracts the best and the worst people. It really does. You get people who come in here with the best of intentions and they want to help entire impoverished nations and groups of people. And like the honor in that is real, right? Like you can almost taste it,
Yeah.
right? At the same time, you get the people in this space who will steal from your dying grandmother for a pill.
Yep. And really, some of the ethos of our company is to make sure that doesn't happen,
Yep.
because of the nature of what we're doing with being user owned, having a membership that pays out 25% of our profits. We really are trying to fight against that, which is why half of the leadership team that we have were all wrestled in college. We're military operators. Like we really have that intrinsic value to not go down that route. And so,
Right.
And I think guys like having someone like Cameron on our team, like he knows the scams, he knows how to avoid them, he knows what to look for, but he also understands from the regulation bodies as well, from the SEC and whatnot on can't go that route, right? And so I think it fits right into their ethos of like we're gonna point that shit out when it comes up.
Yeah. Hey, can I respond to Corey's thing real quick on SafeMoon on the burn
Yeah,
rate?
Go for it.
So Corey, like if that all plays out, 100% agree with you, bro. Like that's going to be epic. However, if they're burning it by sending it all to one address and that address is ever compromised, or the owner of that address decides to donate the quote unquote burned tokens, like what happened with Shiba Inu and Vitalik to the India COVID Relief Fund, that is going to mess up the tokenomics and change the circulating supply. So I do agree that if they follow what they say they're going to do, it's going to be amazing, right? But just be aware that because there is, a quadrillion of this token or whatever it is, like that makes it a target a little bit. So just exercise caution, good risk management. That's all I'm really trying to say here.
Don't be over leveraged in one position like that. I mean, this is trading, investing. I mean, I don't really try to go 5 to 7%. Maybe 10% on something strong, but it's just good diversity management and whatnot. Real quick, and we're bumping up against time, guys. So we'll do this again, but a few things. I think Cam, like a lot of us, we're so new to crypto, and so there's some nomenclature and stuff that that a lot of us don't understand yet. Can you explain what just simple burn of like a coin in a token?
So when somebody is burning a token or burning a coin, you can't delete it out of a decentralized ledger, contrary to popular belief. What you can do is send it to what's sometimes referred to as a black hole address, where you have destroyed the keys, and therefore any money sent to that wallet is quote unquote unrecoverable. Now, some tokens, and like with SHIB, that was sent to Vitalik's address, right?
Yeah.
Vitalik then chose to donate all those coins and tell everybody, stop sending me your tokens because it's causing me tax liability.
Okay.
Because he technically owned that wallet. So what he did was he basically destroyed the keys to that wallet that he used to own after he moved all of his out, went to a new address for tax reasons, and then left that old address now as an actual burn wallet or a trash wallet.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So now wallets. Here's another quick thing I want to cover because it's very important in the crypto space. There's hot wallets and there's cold wallets. Okay. Cold wallets are going to be things like hardware wallets, like a Nano Ledger, which is what I recommend people get. Don't buy the Trezor hardware wallet. It has a hardware vulnerability. I've dumped the keys from one at startup in less than 15 seconds. Okay. You can man in the middle of the USB, which it literally dumps the keys at the firmware boot. Right? So get a Nano Ledger, right? If you're going to get a hardware wallet or a paper wallet. But the bottom line is that a cold wallet is an offline wallet. It's a non-internet connected wallet. A hot wallet, like what you have when you log into Coinbase or to Binance or Kraken, MetaMask, any of those wallets that are internet connected, Exodus even, those are hot wallets.
Okay.
Right? So now the last piece I want to cover on wallets is the golden rule of crypto. And if you're in crypto, you should almost have this tattooed on your forearm. But the golden rule of crypto, the ultimate litmus test, if you're wondering if something's kind of a scam or not, is not your keys, not your coins. Meaning, if you don't control the wallet and you can't send the funds from the exchange to your wallet, you don't actually have the crypto.
Okay.
So that is the number one golden rule of crypto. Not your keys, not your coins.
Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, I gotta
if everybody takes away one phrase, if you were looking for the one phrase on this crypto Ask Me Anything tonight, everyone, it's not your keys, not your coins. Like that is the one thing that I want you to remember right now.
Okay.
So one thing that you got to walk away from. All right. Not your keys, not your coins.
That's crazy. Okay. I think so. We're bumping up against time, and I want to. I got a few housekeeping things to talk about, but number one, Kim, thanks for doing this. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. As you know, we could probably talk for the next 52 weeks about crypto. But I think what we should do for our members is maybe put like a Bitcoin or a crypto starter kit type thing together. Like, it could be a 1 or 2 pager, like things to look out for. Like.
Why don't we do one better than that?
Yeah, what should we do for these people?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a bunch of the resources to you that I give to all of my traders that I train and that I mentor. And we're just going to post those on the Stonks page for everybody to copy and print out. I've got some really good cheat sheets in there on candles, patterns, how to do some of that analysis, like what I was posting in our chat, right? On how I did the Bitcoin call. So maybe we'll post a bunch of that stuff up, and maybe I'll also post a couple of good little, we'll call them data tidbits that people might want to take a look at.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. That'd be super awesome too. I know it'd be helpful for me too, because like I just started venturing into crypto this year, like most of us, and so I think that would be helpful. Okay, so guys, real quick, so I put it in the chat a couple. Kale, awesome. Kale, where's my compliments, bro? Come on now. Yeah. So I put in the chat our Stonks Ambassador program, Stonks membership. We'll probably call it Stonks membership or Stonks Ambassador program. Still workshopping a couple names. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think of the name. But I'll put it into the chat again. So what that is $20 a month. You get $5 a month for a referral. Refer your friends. You get $5 a month forever until as long as they're not they're still members. 3.75% on the margin. That's the lowest we can get with Alpaca. And then you're grandfathered into all of our future pricing increases and pricing across all the platforms. But not only that, like this shit that Cam's talking about the cheat sheets, these special calls that we have and whatnot, those will be completely free to our Stonks members. So $20 a month, you'll never pay for anything else on our platform. That's a promise, and I keep my promises. So if you guys want to sign up for that, it's just an interest sheet right now. So put your name, phone number, email address. I'm working on that referral program right now. I was hoping to get it done today, but I got busy. And so hoping to get that done tomorrow. And then all this extra stuff that is kind of insider information that Cam, how many hours a week do you think he spent on this shit? 60, 80 hours a week? I mean,
so since this is being recorded, I'm not going to say.
Yeah, right? It's a number. It's a number that.
I mean, put it this way, man. You saw some of my results at lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we will have a Stonks members channel, maybe a Slack channel or something that will invite everybody into that. You could have access to some of these screenshots and whatnot. So,
by the way, I sent you 4 different resources to post up from tonight's Ask Me Anything.
Perfect.
In the Slack already.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll get that out as soon as possible. You guys want to do this again? We need to be able to lock Cam down probably about a week, 10 days in advance. So if we want to do this again, show me a thumbs up or a moon or a diamond hand or something. And
send those rocket ships. Give me them rocket ships, boys.
Give me them rocket ships. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Come on now.
To the moon. To the moon. I want to see everybody on the moon.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. Cam, I know you love me, bro. Appreciate the love. Cool, guys. Well, I got a house full of guests, but y'all are more important than my guests. I tell you that right now, which is why I stepped away to do this. But I got to get back to the guests that we have over here for dinner. But Cameron, thank you so much, bro, for doing this tonight. Really appreciate it. I will follow up with all of you guys in the morning about Stonks Ambassador Program. We're going to roll that out over the weekend so that if you're drinking or hanging out with friends, you can start having something to talk to them about. Cameron, 2 sentences, departing words for everybody on the call tonight.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
All right. Not your keys, not your coins.
Not your keys, not your coins. We got to put that on a sticky and throw it on social media. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your thirsty Thursday afternoon and evening. We'll see you again Monday or Tuesday of next week. I'll get an update out tomorrow. And then I'll text all of you individually that are on the Stonks members, Stonks Ambassador sign-up sheet, and we'll get that rolled out to you tomorrow. Guys, have a great night. Cam, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. And we'll see you all again soon. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.